outside Parliament protesting the amnesty given by himself to former Prime Minister Suchinda Kraprayun and the Thai military. And while America and Japan are mired in sluggish economies, the hotel industry in Asia is thriving. We'll take a look at the business. Those stories and more just ahead. Joy?
Live, this is Business Asia with Bill Hartley in New York.
Hong Kong company opened a hotel in New York in the middle of such tough times. Joining me now with an answer to that is Ben Jiou. He is general manager of the Maria Hotel in Manhattan. It's the first hotel for the Hong Kong Maria Group. Ben, welcome to Business Asia.
Thank you, Bill.
That's the question. Tough times for the hotel business in the United States. Why open a hotel here now?
Well, Hotel Maria is owned by a group of investors from Hong Kong. In the recent times, we notice more and more Asian investors coming into the New York area, and there are increasing numbers of Asian immigrants coming over from the Southeast Asia into New York City. With this in mind, and there is no major hotel in downtown New York, particularly around the Chinatown, Soho area. That's why the opportunity arose and the site is chosen, and the hotel is launched.
Well, you are, as you say, you're in the Chinatown area.
Absolutely.
Does this mean you're going to cater only to Chinese Americans and Chinese visiting the United States?
No, that will be a mainstay of the business. Because of the location, we are a natural draw to the Asian traveler, both business and leisure. However, we have 227 rooms, and we have to depend on some of the local travelers, particularly business travelers, and also the American leisure travelers from out of town.
What about other Asian travelers? What kind would you get? Who would come besides Chinese?
Besides Chinese, I think we see a lot of ethnic people traveling to our area, particularly from Korea, Singapore, and Malaysia.
Are these the next major travelers? Are the Japanese no longer the leaders in this?
No, the Japanese are obviously still the leaders in traveling to the United States. However, the Japanese clients are more likely to be staying around the Midtown and the Uptown areas. As you know, the developing nations now in Asia are Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. And from those areas, I think there is an affinity for them to be around neighborhoods where they can relate to a lot easier, particularly if they do not speak the language as well.
Where are you moving next? Where else are you going to expand?
Well, it's difficult to say at this point. I mean, this is the first hotel venture for our company, and everything depends on how well we go with this particular venture and how successful we are.
But there's Chinatown areas in San Francisco, to a lesser extent in Los Angeles.
However, there are hotels already in the Chinatown areas in San Francisco and Los Angeles.
What do you look at as the major area for future expansion?
For future expansion right now, it's difficult to say. It depends on the major ethnic population in the United States and North America, actually, in Canada.
How about the rest of Asia?
The rest of Asia, anything is possible at this time.
Meaning?
Meaning there is no definite plans on the books. So everything hinges on how successful this particular venture is.
All right. Ben, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you,
Business Asia. And Business Asia will be right back now.
We're doing better. The occupancy for hotels is beginning to pick up. And what really excites us is the fact that there are not a lot of new hotels being built. We suspect that in 1992 there'll be very few hotels open. And that means that demand and supply are going to come together for a change. We think that's very, very important. Because when our demand grows with GNP, GNP starts to pick up, demand will pick up, supply stays stable. And so the hotel business should start to get better.
You still have a lot of real estate. When do you expect that market to come back, if ever?
Real estate's a very cyclical business, and I do think it will come back. I mean, it's going to take a while. It may take another 2 or 3 years or more even, in some cases. But they've always have come back in the past. No reason to think they won't come back again this time.
The hotel business was hit very hard by the Gulf War. Are there any signs of a pickup? How does this summer look?
I think it's going to be a pretty good summer. I think people are starting to feel better about the economy. Consumer confidence is better. There's a taste of recovery in the air. And I think that people are going to be traveling. There's an early indication that the summer is going to be pretty good.
You have been expanding overseas, particularly in Asia. Do you see a lot of opportunities there?
Yes, the Asian Rim is growing, will continue to grow. Not only Japan, but Hong Kong, South China, Indonesia. We're going to build several hotels in Indonesia. We just opened 2 hotels in Australia. And we're very enthusiastic about the long-term outgrowth of Asia.
What types of obstacles are you encountering in those Asian markets?
There's a lot of competition. A lot of new hotels being built in Asia and a lot of very nice hotels. But there still is financing available in Asia for good hotel projects, whereas there is no financing available for hotels in the United States and in Western Europe.
So trade barriers have not been a problem to your expansion in Asia?
Not in the hotel business, no.
What about Europe? Are you seeing opportunities over there, particularly Eastern Europe?
It's a very strong market. Eastern Europe needs good hotels. We have one in Warsaw that's done very, very well. And we would like to get some more hotels in Eastern Europe as well as in Russia and some of the other new republics.
Turning to another subject, a lot of American CEOs have been criticized for getting paid too much, working too little. You're known as a confirmed workaholic. Do you agree with that criticism?
Well, I think some of the big stock awards that some of the CEOs have gotten in the tens of millions of dollars have been very, very high. And when you're in a recession, you're laying off people, and the CEO gets a 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollar award. Sounds like billion, but it's $1 million award. It's a heavy award, and there's a lot of questions on the part of the troops as to why is the CEO making all this money when we're losing our job. And I think that's come together in this current state of the economy and is a problem.
You're on several corporate boards, including GM. Do you think there is a movement for more independence on the part of corporate boards?
I think there's a trend to more corporate governance on the part of more responsibility exercised by boards than there has been in the past. I sure do.
Bill Marriott, thank you for joining us on Business Asia.